2020. Class is in session.
So blessed. Pray for me. Madura for me. Pray I find my way.
Hey family, welcome back. Welcome to the year 20. Why am I saying that? Today is literally the 11th of January. So we've been in 2020 for like 11 days. Okay, literally 11 days. I don't know why I'm saying like that. But welcome back to my channel. This is my first time filming since last year. I keep saying that. That joke is gonna be so old very soon. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Esther, MsTopacJay. Okay, I upload foundation test videos, some lifestyle videos, makeup testing videos, and just hacks and everything. Okay, and there's a bird singing outside the window. Just enjoy it if you can hear it. All right, but anyway, if you're joining FamBam, you should subscribe down below, turn notifications so that way you don't miss out on a single video from me. Okay, so in today's video, I decided yesterday when I was testing my setup. So basically, you know how sometimes when you go out, when you travel somewhere, whatever, and you forget some of your makeup items and kind of have to make do with what you've got because the friends that you traveled with don't really wear makeup like that. So that's what this video is gonna cover. So it's kind of like a hack or making do with what you've got kind of video. I don't know what to title it. We're mainly gonna be using like 3 items in today's video. Okay, so I've got a foundation, loose powder, and a blush. That's all we're going to be using in today's video, obviously with the exception of brows and lashes. So let's just jump into this video. All right, when I had this idea, I thought it would be a great idea, and now I'm kind of a bit nervous. Am I nervous? No, not really. So if you do try with people that don't wear makeup like that, they mainly usually like wear foundation and powder because there's a lot of people that does that. Not a lot of us wear like a full face. You know, by full face I mean like with foundation and concealer and setting the concealer and then setting the face with a pressed powder. Do you know what I mean? Not a lot of people do that. Most people that I do know mainly wear foundation and just that's basically it, and do their brows. That's the most thing they do. So because most people do their brows, you will really like kind of, what's the word, lack in that aspect when it, you know, especially when you forgot most of your makeup items. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, but I'm going to do that off camera. And when it comes to lashes, you know, not a lot of people wear lashes. Most of the time, not a lot of people wear mascaras either. I didn't really wear mascara until I started actually really doing makeup. I didn't really wear lashes until I really started doing makeup, to be honest with you. So lashes just their own. And also because I mainly wear glasses, I didn't really like have to like put lashes on. Does that make sense? I didn't feel the need to do that. I didn't feel the need to do mascara because I didn't really have like I don't really have much lashes, as you can see. Look at that. I look like Yaribo, you know, just a bald headed but face lady, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so the idea is you've already done your skincare, you've already moisturized, you forgot your primer, you've got oily skin or oily combination skin, and now you really need to figure out how you're going to make makeup last longer on your face, but you don't have your mattifying primer, like your oil controlling primer. That's okay. Just go ahead and moisturize your face as usual and go ahead and, you know, set whatever it is down with a powder in your T-zone. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I've got a loose powder. This is the Dermablend loose powder in a shade Warm Saffron. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, hopefully you didn't leave your sponge, and if you didn't leave your sponge, just grab a tissue or one of your face wipes, you know, these ones, and use it to dab it. It's okay. You can always kind of just finesse your way. Okay, so we're gonna grab the powder and just dab it across the T-zone, and I'm putting it on my T-zone because this is the main area where I actually get oily the most. Confession.
These are my confessions.
One time I was just experimenting, trying to see if there's something new I can kind of, you know, invent or whatever. I kind of sprayed air spray on my face just to see. Just to see. I didn't leave it on for too long to see if it's gonna do anything. I panicked and I quickly rubbed it off. So don't spray airspray on your face because it's not meant for the face. Okay, don't do that, please. So we're basically just setting down that moisturizer and kind of using the powder to act as a little bit of barrier between the skin, between the oil and the skin. Between the skin and the oil, if that makes any sense at all. So now I don't color correct all the time, but sometimes when I do remember, I try to do it, especially on some spots. So I am going to use a blush to do that. I mean, we use lipstick on our face. I mean, some people do put lipstick on their face, and I do use lipstick as an eyeshadow most of the time. Sometimes, especially when I forget my eyeshadow palette. See, I should have included lipstick in here, but it's okay, that's fine. But I have a blush here. I'm going to use this to color correct. This blush is going to go a long way for us, okay? So this is a matte powder blush in the shade Film Noir. And I'm going to use the tip of my sponge right here. This shade is actually kind of nice, as you can see. So I'm going to just apply this around my mouth. I'm not grabbing too much. I'm just applying a little bit. Just around my mouth. Just kind of cancel out that discoloration there. And now I'm looking a little bit weird, but that's okay. I look funny. I'm basically using this to It's like I'm spreading out the dark spots that was right here, but it's kind of just acting as a uniformizing, we encourage uniformity. I can't speak. So you see this dark spot here, you're just gonna neutralize. That's the word. We're neutralizing it while I still can't. I still look weird. But anyway, I look funny, yo. So now I'm gonna go ahead and apply foundation. And the foundation I picked up is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is in the shade Mahoghany. I'm gonna use this foundation as a foundation and also as a concealer. Later on, I'm gonna try and put a bit more under my eyes just to kind of, you know, build up that coverage under the eyes more, because that's where I've got more of a deep set eyes and more like discoloration, a little bit more discoloration in comparison to the other areas of my face. All right, so here we go. We've applied the foundation. So now, you know, naturally, especially for those who like to do like a full face, every time I say full face, it kind of almost sounds like a full beat or whatever. But I'm talking about like for those of us who like, especially for those of us who like to apply like concealer to conceal and also highlights, you know, under our eyes and like our T-zone and whatnot. Obviously, we forgot our concealer on this travel or on the strip or whatever it is, and now we can't really use concealer, and our friends don't really have concealer. Do you know what I mean? But that's okay. We're just gonna go ahead and use our foundation. But before I use my foundation as a concealer, I am gonna leave the foundation on my face right now to kind of set itself, and then I'm gonna proceed with the rest of my face, if that makes any sense at all. All right, so brows are done, and I also went ahead and I, you know, cleaned it up a little bit using the same foundation and the same shade. All right, so now I am gonna, wow, it's gone a bit brighter, isn't it? I need to close that blind. So now I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of set that area right there with a little bit of powder, and I'm still using the Dermablend loose setting powder, and I'm just using this brush right here. This is the Hourglass number 5 brush. I'm just gonna pick up the powder. We're gonna use this as to kind of like highlight the brow a little bit. I know highlighting brows is kind of like fading away a little, but that's mainly like if you use like a really heavy highlighter or a shimmer color or whatever to highlight it. But now we're just gonna do it a little bit more natural. So we're picking up the powder, and I'm just going to tap it here. Not doing anything. Yep, I'm just applying a little bit more than I would, so that way it can really like provide a contrast between the brow bone and the lid, and then I'm gonna blend it out. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Do you see that difference? Sometimes I use my eyeshadow, like a lighter color, but that's not too light, to kind of like highlight my brow bone a little. So this will kind of give me that without feeling too sad or whatever that I left my makeup and we're going to a dinner. Like, you're going to a function. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're going to a function. I'm making this up as I go. You know, you're going to a function, you want to do your makeup. I mean, you don't have to do your makeup, but you're someone who usually does and you like to. And now you were like a nina and you forgot your main makeup product, you know what I mean? Or custom took it from you for some reason because you packed too many products, you know, and it's above the limit and you didn't check it in. You're carrying luggage like a nini. That's actually happened to me once before when we're going to, was it Paris? All right, so there we go. So now I'm gonna go ahead and should I do my concealer now? Yes, let's do the concealer now. By concealer, I mean like I'm using a foundation. Everyone, if you haven't used foundation as your concealer yet, so you have a lighter foundation in your collection, that's not necessarily your shade, but it's not too bright, it's not too deep. It's just perfect. I don't know how I could speak. As a concealer shade and you haven't used it yet, just go ahead and use it. I love using foundation as concealer as well. Anyway, I'm going to pick up the foundation, just a pump. That's too much actually. Picking up with the brush and just apply it under my eye right here. As you can see, like the shade is a bit different to the shade of the foundation that's on my face. But this is just mainly to conceal a little bit more under my eye, because you know, like we apply concealer to conceal, yeah, and also another shade to highlight. I usually do anyway. So we're gonna use this to conceal even more, and then use a setting powder to increase the highlighting power of the foundation shade. I've done that in a few videos where I just kind of use a setting powder. I don't remember which video was it, but I just use a setting powder to act as a highlight rather than just using a lighter concealer. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna grab my sponge and blend this out. But I'm gonna leave the under eye last. But I'm gonna make sure I set it quickly before it actually dries a bit deeper. As you know, when I haven't done my eyeshadow, I like to bring it up to my lid a bit as well. And I'm just gonna keep it down here, making sure I don't disturb that highlight that we did on the brow bone. And as you can see, so now we're gonna go ahead and set our concealer with the Dermablend loose setting powder. I'm still using that same sponge, by the way. This is turning into a full face 1-1-2 challenge, like a one sponge. Oh well, now we're gonna, and this is the amount of products I picked up. I'm just gonna apply it under my eye and just press it in. Remember, this setting powder is acting as a highlight as well. Like it's enhancing the highlighting ability of that foundation. Class is in session. It has been in session for a long time, but I forgot to announce it in the beginning of this video. I'm actually setting my lid a little, but not too much, just a little. Look at how natural our face looks, eh? I mean, my face is looking natural right now. I don't know what your face is looking like. And my top keeps. So now you're seeing my bra strap. That's okay. We're all ladies and gentlemen, but a higher percentage of us is ladies. Is fine. I'm gonna apply a bit here and bring it in and leave that there. Yes. Now I'm gonna set this area, this side as well, and do the same thing as I did on this side. Just gonna keep dabbing it in until it dissipates. Apply a little bit on the lid, and now look how natural our face looks on this. Look at this. Look at this natural girl. Why am I hissing? Oh my god, we're bringing this into 2020 again. I believe the trick is having the right, accidentally having, or incidentally, I don't care. Incidentally or accidentally, whatever, having the right products with you, outside of the products you left behind or you were forced to leave behind or just forgot. And having the right, and like the foundation, we have a foundation that kind of oxidizes a little bit, that dries a little bit deeper in terms of undertone mostly, you know what I mean? And we're able to use that to still kind of conceal. And we have a powder that, has a perfect undertone that correlates with your undertone. Do you know what I mean? A nice, beautiful, not too yellow, but just beautiful. That's why this is working, I think. I applied a little bit more here because I want a bit more highlight, and I'm going over the other side of the sponge and just dabbing it in more so it can be more, ooh. A bit more powder on the bridge of my nose so it's highlighted a bit more, because guess what? We forgot our highlighter. Che. And we like highlights. Me, can't believe it. So now I'm going to go in with the sponge and just dab this into the skin. Instead of using a brush to actually brush this up. Because you know what? We didn't use the oil controlling primer. Especially, and we have oily combination skin or of oily skin, okay? So rather than sweeping the product away from my face, that can actually help me to kind of control my shine a little bit more later, throughout the day. I might as well dab it in so it can sink into my skin a little bit more. Into my pores. That sounds a bit bad, but you know what I mean. And the powder I'm using here has a nice oil controlling ability as well, or oil minimizing ability, I should say. Look at my face. I'm gonna use whatever is left on my sponge, which is almost nothing at all. It's just a stain, and just apply this across my face. And I'm gonna pick up a little bit of dust of the powder and just apply this on top of my brows. I saw this in Doja Cat's video. She does this as well. And apply this on the brows to kind of reduce the sheen that's on the brow. So that's really cool. I'm just gonna dab the one on my nose in as well. Once again, we're not sweeping it off, we're dabbing it into the skin. I sound like I'm a lecturer, but I know nothing. I'm just, figuring things out as I go, okay? Literally, like we all are. I'm tapping a little bit on here as well. All right, there we go. Woo! Yes, baby, yes. So now we're gonna grab our blush again, which we have used so far as a color corrector. That's it, actually. That's all we've used it for so far. So now I'm gonna use it for its other intended purpose, which is as eyeshadow. We're going out, we're going to dinner, we're gonna sit with, equally important people. Do you know what I mean? People that are as equally as important as you. That are equally as important as you. So we're gonna go ahead and do, eyeshadow, because we want them to just look at me. You want to blink and go. Nice to meet you. So we're gonna pick up this blush. This is the MAC powder blush in the shade Film Noir, and I'm gonna be using the Morphe E27 brush, just a blending brush, as you can see. And I'm gonna go ahead and apply this, mostly concentrating my outer corner, and also use this in my crease, kind of like a transition, but like a crease defining color. As you can see, the blush is a bit pigmented. Look at that. So I'm being careful. Say for instance, if I took my Fenty Beauty Instant One bronzer, you know, say, you know, I took any bronzer or any other blush, even if it's a pink based blush, I would still use the blush as an eyeshadow. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more just with the edge of the brush and hold the brush with the tip like so and just smudge this in my lower lash line. I'm gonna close my eyes because, you know, I don't have a smudgy brush, so we might as well make do with what we've got. Look at that little, look at that. What? Who are you talking to? Look at me. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that foundation again. I still have a little bit more under my at the back of my hand. I was gonna say under my eyes. And I'm gonna use that hourglass brush and just kind of like not necessarily cut my crease but define it. So I guess I'm cutting it. I'm gonna apply this to my lower lash line right here, just in the inner, and look up. And you see that little dot right there, that's where it transferred to. So I'm just gonna tap the brush right here and we're gonna do a half cut or definition. All right, so I've gone ahead and defined, or let's just say halfway cut the crease a bit. And I also went ahead and wiped the foundation off the brush. So now I'm gonna pick up the Dermablend loose setting powder. I can't speak today. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and use it to set our concealer, our foundation. I can say concealer. Okay, and this is gonna act as our second shade on the lid, as our cut crease shade. I'm really proud of myself right now. You know what the beauty of this is? If I have any fallout, it's just powder. All I have to do is dab it in. Dab it in. I know that's old, but I don't care. I literally do not care. Oop, oop, oop. I'm going outside of the line. I'm a rebel. I'm applying as much as I can so it can really show, really pop. And I've gone a little bit outside the line there, but that's okay. That's okay. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. That ain't no problem.
I think we need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
Well,
just try and get in that corner. Okay. Okay, I'm also gonna blend the edge a bit with blend the edge. Yes, we're good. What do we have here? Hello. I'm gonna pick up the blush and just apply this in my inner corner. You know, other people do inner corner highlights, but we do, I don't know what I'm gonna call it. We do reverse highlights, okay? So we're not highlighting, we're just applying color right here. Yes! All right, so are they on? So lashes are on, okay. And we're still looking like we've literally used a lot of product on our face today, but we've literally only been using about 3 products, obviously with the exception of the brows and the lashes, all right? So as I was doing my lashes, I was like, my lash line kind of looks a bit bare. So I'm going to fix that by using the blush, the same blush we've been using, and just apply this in my lower lash line, in my waterline. Waterline is where I meant. I think I'm going to replace my inner corner with the Dermablend powder rather than the blush. I'm not sure. Let me see. So obviously we're not going to be using highlight because I left my highlights or they didn't let me bring it. So we're going to proceed to like blush / bronzer. We're still using the MAC blush, of course. This is pigmented, so I need to be careful. I'm just going to use this as a blush first, applying in the highest point of my face right here. I'm just going to apply a bit there. And I'm going to apply a little bit more and use it as a bronzer. Just a little to kind of have a little bit of a shade. If you can feel how delicate I am with this brush right here, you'll be like, Esther, go hard. But no, I don't want to go hard. If I go hard, I have to go home. I'm gonna put it a little bit right here, kind of shade the nose. I'm also going to use it to kind of contour or bronze my nose a little by picking it up with the blending brush and just apply on the side of my nose. Ooh, too much. Just a little, just a little. So now I'm gonna pick up the Dermablend powder again and just apply it right here. Just kind of shape the face a little more and clean up that blush that we used as bronzer. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and do the lips. And yes, we're still using the products we've got here. I am not dipping into another product. As you can see, I've got a bit of gloss on my lips, so I'm gonna use that same gloss. So we, you know, yeah. I mean, one of your friends will at least have a lip product you can borrow, you know? They would at least have something you can borrow. And if you're a little bit nitpicky about using someone else's lip product, then just use this step, okay? I'm using the blush. If I had a pink blush, for instance, I would still do this, but I think I'll mainly apply the pink blush in the center of my lip more, just kind of like had a bit of a color. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm using the blush and I'm just gonna shade my lips with it, especially the outer parts of my lips. And I didn't wipe the gloss off, so the blush now I have something, you know, to cling to on my lip. You see that tackiness? You see that? And I'm gonna pick up the Dermablend powder. I haven't tested this before, but I'm doing it now, okay? Actually, I have applied powder on my lip, but on top of a lip product to kind of mattify it. So I guess in a way I'm kind of doing the same thing here because I have gloss on my lip. So I'm applying the powder to kind of mattify the gloss a bit. I don't know. So I'm just gonna mainly focus it in the center of my lip. I'm gonna apply as much as I can and then, you know, dab off the excess. I know this is a bit crazy, but we're doing it, you know? We move regardless. I look crazy. I mean, I've been looking crazy since the beginning of this video. I look funny, yo. Yeah, you forgot. Okay, so now I'm just gonna grab my sponge and just dab things in. I'm just gonna blend things in with this fluffy brush. Yes! Oh my goodness! Oh my days! Yes, baby, yes! I'm gonna dab this into my face. You know, we're not wiping it off because we need all the help we can get, okay? I mean, another thing you can do is to kind of make your makeup last a lot longer is like before you apply your eyeshadow, you know, before you apply your eyeshadow, especially for those that have like oily skin or oily combination skin, I've done this method before. It's called jamsu, where you know, dunk your face in a bowl of like, you know, water, cold water mostly. Yeah, cold water. Or if you don't want to dip your face in a bowl of cold water, just go ahead and like, you know, pour water in a bottle and then spray it on your face. Obviously, like if you're traveling, you might not be able to find a bottle, a spray bottle, whatever. So you might end up having to dip your face in a bowl of cold water, baby. Just go ahead and do it, you know? Why not? Oh, yes. Oh, look at us. Look at me. We use the foundation, we use loose powder and a blush with the exception of the brow and lashes, of course. I am gassed. Look at my eyes. Nice to meet you. My name is Esther. I'm a nurse, a law graduate, and an entrepreneur. Nice to meet you. I'll be right back.
Give it to me, baby. Baby. Yeah.
So this is it. We are done. We're able to do a full face of makeup using mainly 3 products, you know, and just kind of finessed our way through this full face makeup. And yeah, I'm actually really pleased. Look at my lips. Do you see my lips? Everything turns out great. I love it. I'm really, really proud of how this turned out. And I didn't practice this. I just mainly tested the blush in the back of my hand to see its spreadability or whatever. I'm really, really proud. Anyway, I need to stop talking. So let me know if you know, end up using any of the tricks in this video, especially using mainly 3 products for your full face. Let me know if you've done something like this before. If you've kind of been caught with like not having all your makeup items with you, you have to finish your way through a full face of makeup. Do you know what I mean? Let me know down below, okay? I don't know. I almost ran out of breath there. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you actually joined the FamBam, make sure to subscribe down below right now, okay, before you click out this video, okay? And yeah, also let me know what step in this video you kind of found a bit gobsmacking or surprising or astonishing. I don't know. Mine was the powder on the lid. I think the lipstick is not really new to me per se, but the powder on the lid was mine. Obviously there's one thing I wanted to mention. If you are using the powder in the inner corner trick, just make sure you have a foundation down so you can have something tacky to kind of stick to, because I've had to top it up a couple of times already, so you know, so far. So if you don't have that down, it's kind of gonna keep like disappearing quicker. All right, but that is a little trick I kind of thought to kind of share with you as well. All right, but all in all, I like the way this turned out. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a patchiness right here. It is because I kept topping it up. All right, so that is why. You win some, you lose some, but this is good for a night out, for a dinner, for a function, just for a few hours. This is good, okay? I'm really proud of how this turned out, as I said. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think I said earlier just then. Okay, thanks for watching, and happy 2020, everybody. And I hope you're able to meet your new year goal, your resolution for the year. I love you guys. As always, remember to love yourself, and by God's grace, I pray. I see you in my very next video. Bye.